I never stop believing. I never stop believing. And look at us now. This video has been brought to you by GamerSupps. Use code HMK for 10% off. Titty milk. What's good? Is your boy HMK once again. And yes, we are getting a big, like a huge Nintendo Direct tomorrow morning, 40 minutes long, September 14th, starting at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but you know, Eastern Standard Time, that's where we're at. That's where the hype is at. 10 a.m. and you know we're gonna go live on Twitch 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going down. Now, this video is a predictions video, but it's gonna be broken up in some segments. Towards the end, we're gonna talk about some rumors that might be true because the people that have been calling this direct, including one specific bird, get it, said that certain games we can expect at this direct, so we're gonna leave those for last if you don't want to be spoiled. But let's talk about predictions for this, all right? Because there's a lot and there isn't a lot to go off of when it comes to Nintendo Switch games that apparently this is being focused on for releasing in winter, right? We have a lot of things to talk about in terms of the unknown and the known. Tears of the Kingdom, first of all, we gotta get this out of the way. Zelda, first things up. You already know me, huge fan, Zelda fan, and I'm loving Tears of the Kingdom so far. Now, IG Aonuma did state in a interview in Famitsu literally not too long ago that Tears of the Kingdom DLC at the moment is not planned. Now, note, there is a lot of buzzwords and a lot of articles with headlines and YouTubers and all this sort of stuff saying that, like, oh, deconfirmed, canceled. How can it be canceled if it was never announced? Deconfirmed, all that stuff. No, the truth of the matter is, his words, when you don't take it out of context, is that at the moment, Tears of the Kingdom DLC is not being planned because they felt that they put as much as they could into the game, and if they want to revisit this Hyrule again, then they would either do it in a new work or in a new game completely, but they think they're going to do a completely new setting in the next game, which, by the way, is not a confirmation that they're working on the next game because they did state that, like, oh, what's next for your team? That was literally their answer. So before they say, oh, they moved on to the next Zelda, that's not entirely true. So I don't think, like, here's my deal. I do believe we are going to get Tears of the Kingdom DLC at some point, but probably not announced during this direct since they just came out with this interview. And I want to take them at face value saying, like, okay, at the moment they got nothing, but I feel that down the line we could get stuff. I mean, think about it. Master mode, golden enemies with new types of horns, stories that explain Ganondorf, Twinrova, the dragons, the Zonai, all that stuff. The sky is truly the limit. But on another avenue for Zelda, if we're taking that into account that Tears of the Kingdom is not getting DLC, then Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD on the Switch finally, it could be released this year. I believe, you know, a lot of people would say that, oh, 2 Zelda games in 1 year are unheard of. I'm like, I mean, they do it for Mario. We're getting Mario Wonder and Super Mario RPG in the same year. That's crazy, right? So, I mean, like, either a winter title, and winter, you know, is, it spills into 2024. Winter actually, like, starts ever so slightly this year. So, I do believe that Tears of the Kingdom, if it's not getting DLC, that paves the way for Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD possibly being announced here. I want to see it. We all want to see it. Come on, Nintendo. Other games include Metroid. There has been a lot of talk about Metroid Prime 2 and 3 possibly finding their way onto the Switch before Metroid Prime 4 gets like a truly new big reveal. It would not like the re-reveal, like the reintroduction. Say, hey guys, we're making this game. And according to rumors that we've been seeing, apparently Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are not going to get the same treatment that Metroid Prime 1 Remastered got. And I'm like, that's a little sad that they're going to be upscaled, like, you know, not truly definitively remastered. So I don't know if they're even going to call it Definitive Edition. How can you call it Definitive Edition if they don't like remaster in the same way Metroid Prime was? That game was amazing, right? So I feel that maybe we can get something like that. A lot of people are also considering that we might get a look at the new Grezzo title. There has been some hopium and copium that I've been seeing about like what Grezzo is developing and whatnot, and a lot of people have been saying, now listen, I'll be on the first on the train for this 100%, but I've been seeing rumors and like fake leaks about The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remastered, like not remastered, like remade, like super remade, and people are like, hey, if Mario RPG got it, Ocarina of Time, come on. And I'm like, listen, I would love that, right? I'm not entirely sure. I would love an expanded version of Ocarina of Time, like remake it like Final Fantasy VII remake without the new continuity style, or a Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 remake, you know, from the ground up, you know, expand on what is already there, make it bigger. Like, I would love that, right? So there's like Metroid Prime, Zelda, and then also we got, you know, Mario RPG coming very soon, and Mario Wonder coming really, really soon. So they're probably gonna do like a final push. Okay, a final push for Mario Wonder, but like a little bit more explanation on Super Mario RPG, since that comes out a month after Super Mario Bros. Wonder, because Wonder comes out in October and RPG comes out in November. Now, another thing when it comes to like Mario and like, you know, the facets of like goofy, awesome characters and whatnot, they're probably gonna talk about Sonic Superstars and literally Sonic Frontiers and the Final Horizon. Sonic Frontiers, the Final Horizon is coming out this month. So I honestly expect Nintendo to have like a trailer to show off the gameplay of Knuckles, Tails, and Amy and the new Sonic form on lock. That would be so cool, like to have it here, whatnot. On the Steam page, they already like told us what's going to be going down. Like they gave us like a bit of a description of the DLC, of the final DLC, and it sounds, for Kingdom Hearts fans, it sounds like a lot like Remind. In what way, you ask? Oh, multiple playable characters, rewriting a scenario that was like, you know, so singular but leads to a better outcome. That's like Remind. I'm not complaining. I'm super hyped for it, but I do want to see the gameplay of Amy, Tails, and Knuckles and how that separates from Sonic. And if we're getting 3, you know, big playable characters and that they're assisting Sonic in, you know, attaining this new form, like if you want to read the description, go check out the Steam page, then their gameplay has to be beefy. You know what I mean? So I wonder how big this DLC is. Like, if we're having 3 other main playable characters, right? So that's one thing I want to consider. And Sonic Superstars, I'm really excited for that game too. Maybe we'll see some new stuff because that game is coming out October, I believe. And yeah, but that's what I'm saying when it comes to the unknown of this, of Nintendo Switch and Nintendo games that could be announced and revealed. A lot of people are saying that like, oh, Nintendo Switch 2, right, the successor. And we've been hearing rumors and whatnot about the successor and what it's able to do, especially that apparently Nintendo showed off the successor, sent off dev kits to certain developers, and showed it off at Gamescom behind closed doors. From what we hear, the Switch successor is able to run the Unreal Engine 4 Matrix demo, which Unreal Engine 4, like Kingdom Hearts. Apparently, it was able to run Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is an insane deal, and an updated, upscaled version of Breath of the Wild that ran at supposedly 4K 60 frames per second and massively fast loading times. I was about to say slow. And apparently that all Switch games are going to be backwards compatible with the new Switch or the Switch successor. That looks really tight. However, I don't think they're going to reveal it at this Direct. They're probably going to have its own event. It's like, da-da-da-da, here's all the new games, and look how it runs, and look how it goes, and look at all of these toes. I don't know where I was going with that. But another thing to consider is that since the Switch is like, you know, possibly going to the end of its lifespan and whatnot, a lot of things are seemingly going off into the distance in terms of like, you know, a new dawn, and that is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We're probably gonna get details on the final wave of DLC of the Booster Course Pass, and the fact that Mario Kart Tour is finally ending its service. Yo, can we see it? Probably not in this Direct, but that'll be wild. But no, they're not gonna do it. They're gonna Booster Course Pass. They're probably gonna save it for the successor of the Switch. But can we see it? Can we see it? The next Mario Kart on the horizon? Interessante, right? So we'll have to wait and see about that. There are a lot of other, you know, other bombastic ideas in terms of like, oh, what could come to the Switch from third parties. and whatnot. But I like they're like we are like I said like a lot just now. We are in the standpoint of game development where a lot of priority is going to PS5, upscaled PCs, and an Xbox Series, right? Series X, Series S. And a lot of those games that are being developed for those consoles in mind can't really, the Nintendo Switch can't really keep up with that. So I mean, like, games that are being released now is like, oh, will we see that on the Switch? Will they downgrade it? Will they update it? Will they blah 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 blah? And I'm like, no, they're probably gonna save those titles, those bigger titles for the Switch successor. So like, in terms of third party, I don't really have a lot in my pocket to think of like what could come to the Switch at this point. But like when it comes to first party, here's a couple of things. Now this is the big rumor part where like, oh, is this gonna be true? Well-known leakers, they've been saying this, and if this happens, I'll be super hyped, right? Apparently, F-Zero is coming back, right? But in what capacity? There has been rumors and talk about F-Zero 99. And I'm like, how would that work if we do? Are we gonna do it SNES style or F-Zero X style for 99? Because I mean, like when you think about 99 racers and you like whoever gets first or whoever gets knocked off the track, because F-Zero is a violent game, right? So like, destroy the other machines or get to the finish line, right? F-Zero 99, that sounds cool. And then a lot of people are saying F-Zero GX remastered. I heard a term reboot, anything like that. I'm like, oh, that seems kind of cool. I'd be down for that. But I mean, I think it would be better if we got a new F-Zero title. And then the other thing is Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, a lot of people want a new Donkey Kong game, especially like I love Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. That game was so good. But apparently, since Retro is working on Metroid Prime 4, and according to the leakers, we might get Donkey Kong versus Mario. The Mini Marios again, Mini Mario Renegade, Mini Mario Revolution or whatever. That's the next Donkey Kong game. And a lot of people are conflicted on that, especially me. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then also other things about NSO. Banjo-Tooie come to NSO. Donkey Kong 64 come to NSO, like please. And like other aspects. But I mean, Pokemon, the Teal Mask, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, the Teal Mask just came out. So maybe they'll talk about the next part of the DLC. We'll have to wait and see, but I mean, like, there's a lot of confusing aspects when it comes to, like, what could go on with speculation and all that stuff. But that's my bag and that's my take. So I want to know what you guys think, and I want to know what you expect to see tomorrow at the Direct, and I hope to see you there live on Twitch. So until the next video, this has been your boy HMK, and I'll check you guys later.